today I want to talk about reality loops and maps of reality. So we all have our own individual maps of reality as each individual, and also there's a part of us that we all have our own reality loops. So what's the difference? So a reality loop is basically created via the ego, the conscious mind. A reality loop is what the conditioned mind uses to maintain what the subconscious mind has already created, which is a reality. So each individual contains his or her own map of reality, right? Well, a map of reality was installed when you were first created, when you were born. You learn things programmed in your brain picks it up as a sponge, and according, to your brain's perception, the neurons, your synapses within your brain, all these things form images and they project back out, and thus you have your map of reality. But here's something interesting. We have old maps of reality. What do I mean by old maps of reality? Well, we have to update our maps of reality because things change. You change. What you learned when you were young is not what you believe when you get older. But here's the thing. Your subconscious still holds those old blueprints, maps of reality. You know what's stored in those maps of reality? Your limiting beliefs. They're stored in those maps of reality, okay? So we have to update it. Just like we can update our phone, you update your computer, you update everything in your life, but you never updated your own mind, your brain. So you have to update your map of reality. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to help you how to do that right now. Very, very important. Because if you can update your map of reality, then that means you can allow the law of attraction. Remember, law of attraction, just a gravitational force, right? Momentum, cause and effect, right? Uses that force that's always interacting and bringing things in energetic forms so that you can match that frequency and you can experience it as something real. Now, law of attraction, guys, we prove this and how it works in quantum levels, quantum science, quantum physics. Now we know that what we call the law of attraction is really just an immense gravitational force that's produced by the electromagnetic frequency, okay, magnetism. And that frequency is constantly attracting and bringing things in based on frequency and vibration. Quantum particles behave this way. We observe quantum particles. We have them known as quantum superposition, where particles can exist in and out. Okay, quantum states, okay, and quantum duality. These particles can pop in and out of existence, and we've observed that these particles are what come in, create, and attract. Remember, everything, including you and I, created from all particles. That's the law of attraction. So let's talk about reality loops and how to change them. So, two minds, the conscious, the subconscious, right? Remember now, subconscious mind is that infinite mind that's connected to your soul, your higher self. That's the part of you that wants you or desires for you to have everything you desire. Your ego mind, which is known as a conscious mind now, is that also that part of you that developed, and it wants what's best for you. So here's what's going on. So we got two minds. Both of them wants what's best for you according to what they're perceiving, right? So the issue is this: which mind should I follow? The answer is simple. If you don't have what you want, then that means you're being led by the wrong mind. If you already have what you desire, that means you're in the right mind. So let's break it down and show you which mind is which. So if you don't have what you want right now in your life, whether it's success, self-development, health, wealth, finances, and relationships, it's a clear indication that you're in a reality loop. That's your conscious mind, because your conscious mind cannot create it. It can only maintain a loop. Now, if you're moving towards these things and you have your desires, you're experiencing more abundance, your things are coming into you, you're attracting what you want, then that tells me now you're shifting, and now you're becoming aware, and you're entering your conscious, subconscious mind, the higher self mind. Because here's the thing, let's talk about reality again and how it works on a quantum scale, okay? Let's put it into perspective now. All things in the universe is not in a struggle format. Nothing struggles. Everything is a precise flow. So if you're struggling, or if you bought into struggle, that means you're going against the grain of the universe. We see this quantum physics again. Let's show how it works. Particles and matter, they do not struggle to attract, to move in space dimensional time. So there's no struggle. Everything is effortless, man. So if you're experiencing struggle, it's two factors. You're unconsciously doing it because you're being led with the critical factor part of the mind that's connected to the ego. Also, it also means that if you're in a struggle mentality, It means you bought into it when you were young. Whatever they taught you, whatever you believed, whatever you learned, you bought into it. And remember, our brains just perceive our thought pattern and creates reality. So if this is happening in your life, my friend, clear indication that you're in a reality loop. So how do you break the loop, Mark? How do I break the reality loop and update my map of reality so that I can attract whatever I desire? Here's it, very simple. Here's number one. Awareness. Must be aware of what's going on in your mind. That's number one. Know which mind is running which. What else? Feelings. Your feelings serves as guidance systems. If you're feeling confident, happy, optimistic, it's a clear indication now that you're moving towards that part of the mind that's pulling you. But if you have fear, doubt, worry, insecurity, discouragement, it's also saying to you that you're in the conscious. So why does it do that? Why does our conscious mind or our ego seem to sabotage us? Well, the truth is this. Your ego doesn't believe it's sabotaging you. Your ego believes it's actually helping you because it was designed primarily on a survival mechanism. So what it's doing, it believes it's in your best interest. Okay? And of course, it's really not in your best interest because here's why. Because you don't have what you want. So that's number one. Number two now, you can get into the subconscious. So we have to change our subconscious blueprint or update our subconscious map of reality. So how do we update our subconscious map of reality? Well, we have to get into the subconscious. So what we do, and basically, you have to make the subconscious conscious. What does Mark mean? You have to make the subconscious aware. You can be aware of what's going on and you can deliberately create. So here's some tips. Number one, you must develop habits. I'll call them ritual habits, positive habits, a system. Okay? The most important and critical way is what we have now through technology, which is brainwave or neural frequencies. These frequencies operate at certain brain levels, sequences, and they can change it. So let me give you the tip. Here's the $1 million clue. I have the tip. If you desire to change your subconscious blueprint, you want to remove limiting beliefs, you want to get everything in, you must operate with alpha, theta brainwaves. Why? These operate and they're in conjunction and they're in alignment with your subconscious creative mind. So what happens is these brainwaves, they get into the subconscious, and what they do is they do something very important. They bypass the two blocks you have, which is your conscious and that critical divide known as that critical factor. Now remember, when you were young, you didn't develop a critical faculty yet. You didn't develop your ego yet. You were still developing. So when you were young, information was easily stored in your brain. That's why you picked up limiting beliefs so easily. But as we got older now, we developed these protection blocks. You developed a critical faculty. You developed an ego. So now it becomes a little more tricky to bypass to get into your subconscious. So the beauty of technology now is these alpha theta frequency range, what they do is they actually bypass, get in. They bypass the ego. They bypass the critical divide. How does it do it, Mark? Well, what it does, it uses a different form of sound frequency that your subconscious can pick up. Your ego conditioned mind won't pick it up, and your critical divide won't pick it up. It operates at a different frequency level, similar to an animal. You know, let's use a dog for example. You have a dog, you build a whistle. You can't hear it, but the animal hears the whistle. Why? Because it's on a different frequency, right? So that is something that we want to keep in mind, okay?